Hey guys, this is BBT here, your favorite PvPer. Today I'm going to be going over my Cloaky Gate Camp tactic, which I've gotten a lot of positive reviews on. A lot of people enjoy it, and they just wanted me to make a video on how exactly it's done. Now this is a gate camp that you can use in friendly space, hostile space, enemy stagings, friendly stagings. You can use it anywhere in EVE, except for wormholes. I'll explain. Now, the reason you don't want to use it in wormholes is because you're going to be using local. Right? A large part of it's going to be through local. So this is what I like to call a passive cloaky gate camp. The reason for that is you're basically going to be sitting outside a structure, or you're going to be sitting cloaked in space. Now for this fit, I don't have a cloak on it because I'm using this fit outside of a friendly station. So what you want to do is you want to set a ping just off the friendly station so that you're always within tether. And you're within what I like to call deep tether. A deep tether is a ping that is almost in the center of the structure so that it makes it as hard as possible for people to knock you off. Now the reason we're going to use this deep tether and you want to approach this is because you're going to be AFK. Alright? This is a AFK solo gate camp tactic with only 3 tunes. You can kill almost anybody solo. Okay, and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so for this, you can use a lot of ships, but for this, we're going to use the Gnosis. Now, the reason we're going to use the Gnosis is because it has a lot of good things. Alright, there's a lot of good things going for it. So with the Gnosis, you have almost 1,000 DPS. With the Gnosis you have 50,000 EHP with a hull tank. With the Gnosis you have 1225 scan res. With the Gnosis you have room to put web and scram tackle. And with the Gnosis you have drone bonuses. And for this example, we are going to be using 5 hammerheads and 5 emergency hornets. Now the hornets, if you, for whatever reason, need to run away, you can scram the person that is, or jam out the person that is tackling you, and get off grid if there's only one person there. So that's what that's for. Majority of the time, this is only going to be useful when an interceptor lands on you and happens to get away from you for whatever reason, and is tackling you from too far away where you're not able to catch up to it and apply damage or do anything. Your only option at that point is to get away. So what you're going to do is you're going to send these after that little frigate. No, not the little fucker, the little frigate. And you're going to jam it off you, and you're going to warp off to a safe spot. Alright? That's the worst case scenario. That's the only time you're really going to need those. I mean, they're kind of useless for anything other than frigates, but it's still a chance that you can get away. So we're going to throw those in there. Now the hammerheads, on the other hand, is going to be, let's see, half your damage, I believe? Oh, okay. A lot less than half your damage. But anyway, it's an extra 224 DPS, which is fine. That brings you almost up to 1,000. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to overheat the guns, we're going to overheat the scram, and we're going to just keep those pre-overheated. As well, the sensor boosters, we're going to keep those on constantly, and we are just going to AFK on the top of this structure. Now, on my other account, let me see if I can switch over to that. Yeah, so on my other account, I have a Dictor. Yeah, there we go, flycatcher. So the Dictor doesn't really matter what kind of fit you have, it's just a Dictor. Okay, all that's important is to have a cloak and to have a bubble. Right, so your sphere bubble launcher, whatever. And for this, we're going to be using the regular warp disruptor probes. Those have a bubble that goes up to 20-kilometer radius, which is a 40-kilometer wide bubble, with your ship in the middle within 20 kilometers. So that's what we're going to be using. So let's go ahead and talk about the pings here, just to give you guys an example of a fit. So we got the T2 cloak, we got the T1 sphere launcher. You don't really need a T2, and you got the medium, EM shield, just to cover up the hole, and damage control just for the extra, I don't know, like 5,000 EHP, I think it gives you. And then the small core defense field, small core defense field. So you have a 52 mil ship that can pull people out of warp. That's basically what you want to do. And it's cloaky, so it's nice. The tank's just added because it's going to be AFK sitting there, and if the neutral happens to target it, I don't want it to die. Okay. It doesn't have a prop mod. It would be nice to have a prop mod so that you can get out of the bubble quick if like a fleet shows up or something and just happens to like ruin your day because you weren't prepared for a fleet to show up. It would be nice to have a prop mod, but I mean, don't worry about that. I'll show you why in a second here. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is going to want to have these pings set up. So right now I'm trying to kill people coming from X9V going towards EIN. So what I do is I have these pings set up off the EIN gate to catch people that are coming from X9V. There's many ways you can do that. You can either put a drag bubble, or you can put a stop bubble. I put a stop bubble. It doesn't really matter. Honestly, it's the exact same thing. Okay. Ooh, neutral just landed on gate. Perfect. Oh, wait, no. Where the fuck is he? He's all the way over there. Oh, he's definitely a blue. Okay. I'm not going to worry about him. So what we're going to do, I'm going to have this dictor. We're going to put it on that ping. So this ping, for example, is 135. There's a reason for that, but I'm not going to tell you because I am feeling really lazy right now, and I just don't feel like explaining every little detail of every goddamn thing I fucking do in this game. Okay? So used to doing that, and it's annoying. Okay, I do it enough on comms. I don't want to do it here. I will tell you guys the important shit, and the rest you can just take my word for it. Okay? So you want to put this ping, the first ping. This is for your interdictor. You want to put that 135 off the gate, in line with your target system. So that is X9V, and I think X9V is like over here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Oh wait, no. There it is. I think. No. The fuck is it? Ah, there it is. Yeah, so X9V over here. Boom. And that's where we're going to be catching people from. So like I said earlier, this is 3 accounts you're going to be using. You're going to have your Gnosis, you're going to have your interdictor, and you're going to have your set of eyes. So set of eyes is either going to be a pod sitting on a structure or some cloaky ship that you have sitting near the gate. Now the reason you're going to have a pod sitting on a structure is because it's less obvious as a set of eyes if it's sitting on a structure as opposed to sitting off of a gate in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. It's obviously eyes if it's sitting off a gate in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. So make sure there's a structure on the gate that you're trying to camp from, and if you're going to use a pod, make sure it's on that structure. Okay. Now this is important. Your eyes need to be on grid so that you can see things landing on the gate, and you can see what they're in, whether or not you want to fight them, and whether or not they can light a cyno. Okay, this is very important. If a ship can light a cyno, you need to be very careful. It doesn't mean you can't kill it. It just means you have to judge whether or not you can kill it in 2 to 4 seconds. Because it takes about 2 seconds for that person to get that cyno up after you lock it. It takes you about 2 seconds to lock that character, and if you don't kill it within 1 or 2 shots, there is going to be an entire fleet on your ass, and you are going to be smoldering ashes, my friend. You don't want that. So make sure that you have eyes in the next system, and their only job, literally, is to tell you if you're going to die if you tackle that thing. Right? That's it. And basically how many friends he has with him. Now, you're going to be going after solo prey, mostly, but you will be able to take on small gangs, like, I don't know, like 3 frigates, I would say. If they're like 3 assault frigates, yeah, fuck it, you can kill them, okay, it's not a big deal. If they're like 3 interceptors, it may be a little bit different because they can burn away from you and they can tackle you from far and you can't really do stuff and they're annoying and they just don't want to do that, okay? But yeah, if you can take the fight, take the fight. Okay, this is experience that you have to gain in order to be able to tell if you can take the fight. If you're not sure, don't take the fight. Do some research. Let them go by, do some research, find out if you would actually have won that. Ask an experienced PvP player if you would actually win that fight. And then next time, don't back down and kill them, okay? But if you're not sure, it's better to just play it safe. Okay? You don't want to lose too many ships because you've made bad plays. Alright, so what's going to happen here is I have my dictator on this ping. Now, if you look over here, there's another ping. Should be 21 kilometers away. It's not. It's 19. I did it wrong. Okay, you can yell at me in the comments. Should be at 21. Okay, now the reason for that is because neutrals are going to be coming from this gate. They're going to be landing at the edge of the bubble coming from this ship, which is 20 kilometers. They're going to be landing right here. Basically, on this ping. Okay? So, what you want to do is you want to take your gnosis, and as soon as the neutral comes into sight in the system that you're going to be killing people from, you want to send the gnosis over to that ping. So we're going to go ahead and send him over to that ping. So the gnosis is now on its way to that ping. The neutral hasn't come into this system yet. This local is still clear or blue, and your eyes are now looking at the neutral in the other system. Not looking at him because he hasn't shown up on grid yet, but you know, they can see him in local. So basically, the second you land here, the neutral should be coming into sight or on grid in the other system. So now, once your gnosis lands, you want to approach this ping, which should be 21 kilometers away from the dictator, but this one's not. Just forgive me. Okay, I fucked up. I'll fix it eventually, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so the reason you want 21 kilometers away from your dictator is because you don't want to be stuck in the bubble in case you have to get out really quick. You want to just be able to turn around and warp. The dictator, on the other hand, should have a prop mod on it. This one doesn't because I'm just bad, and I'm waiting for it to die so that I can update the fit, and I'm lazy. So the dictator should have a prop mod on it so that you can, after you light the bubble, you can burn it out of the bubble and just have it going out of the bubble. It doesn't matter at that point, but as long as it's out of the bubble, that's all that matters. Okay, so the neutral has landed on grid in the other system. The gnosis is in place. The dictator was cloaked. Okay, so the dictator was cloaked, so let's just put it that way. The dictator was cloaked. Is it gonna cloak? Okay, there we go. Jesus, fuck server ticks. Come on. Yeah, so the dictator was cloaked. Boom. You saw the neutral in the other system, so you warped the gnosis here. Gnosis lands on grid. You got the bubbler. Bubbler's decloaking, and you have everything ready. All right, you're double checking. You have your guns overheated. You have everything on. Now you can put your drones out, because why not? Throw your drones out. You just want to make sure everything's ready so that when the neutral lands, all you have to do is lock it up and shoot it. Alright. So now the neutral has landed on grid in the other system. It's not in this system yet, it's in the other system still. And now you want to judge whether or not you can win. Okay, you should have had your D-scan on it and everything, on your eyes, and checking to see what kind of ship it was before it landed, so you have a little bit more time, but I mean, you still have about 20 to 30 seconds when it enters grid before it actually jumps the gate. So you have 20 to 30 seconds to judge what kind of ship it is, if he's got friends nearby, all that shit. Look at intel, look at everything. If it's something you want to kill, and you think, oh yeah, I can definitely take that, like a Vagabond, right? Let's say he's in a Vagabond. Vagabond is like a PvP, solo PvP, small gang PvP kind of ship, right? The Vagabond probably has friends, and they're probably 1 or 2 systems away. So the Vagabond, you might be able to kill it in time, but if it's an auxiliary repper fit, you might not be able to kill it in time. So the Vagabond's one of those things where if you're not really sure about how good you are at PvP, don't fight the Vagabond. Okay? Now the Vagabond, oh, hold on. What the? There is a neutral. Well, I'm just gonna bubble up just in case, and see what happens here. Okay, so now that I bubbled up, I want to burn my dictator out of the bubble so that worst comes to worst, he can warp off at least. I'm gonna hit my D scan here. Fuck, he landed on gate. Okay, I didn't get the bubble up in time. Or, you know what, maybe he came from the gate. Oh well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I didn't have the eyes set up, so it's all good. I'm just gonna go ahead and approach this so he doesn't like catch me and kill me. I doubt he'll take the fight. He is cloaky though, he could have a Cyno. But anyway, you see how, if he came into the system, oh, he's got friends, fuck me. But yeah, regardless, if he came into the system the proper way and I had eyes on him, he would have landed right on top of me. And I would have locked him up and killed him. So, let's get him off grid. Sorry about the interruption. But anyways, so that's how you do your Cloaky Dictor camp. Basically, you have your Cloaky Dictor that sits 135 off the gate, stays cloaked the entire time. And you have your ship that stays in a deep anchor on top of the structure here. And that's your DPS, tackle, fast lock, whatever. And then you have your set of eyes, which is in the adjacent system, keeping an eye on what you want to kill. And telling you basically if you're gonna be able to kill it or not. The only thing you gotta watch out for this is Cynos. So there's a lot of Cynos. Like the Prospect is something that you think you should be able to kill, but you can't. Okay. The reason is because it's a frigate, has a signature of a frigate. It goes very fast, and it has one of the highest tanks for a non-assault frigate in the game. It has 11,000 EHP, motherfucker. Like, you're not gonna kill it in time. It's gonna get the Cyno off, and you're gonna die. Okay, so don't bubble prospects. Bombers, yeah, you can bubble bombers. You can usually kill bombers before the Cyno goes up. I mean, it's not that hard to kill bombers. And what else? Yeah, the T2 haulers, try to stay away from any of the haulers, really. Unless you think it could have some expensive cargo and you're willing to lose the Gnosis. I mean, if you got a lot of money, fucking go for the hauler. Like, honestly, you could have like 30 billion ESC in it. You never know, right? Kill the hauler. The worst thing comes to worst, you lose like, I don't know, a Gnosis. I was like, how much is this Gnosis anyway? It is, oh, 75 mil. Yeah, okay, fuck it. Just drop the bastard. If he lights a Cyno, joke's on him. They burnt more fuel than it took to kill you, almost. Yeah. Fucking right. So, yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, so you got the Dictor, you've got this. Boom, boom, boom. Dictor's always in place. All you have to do is de-cloak it. Gnosis, you want to warp the Gnosis to the ping first, so that you don't get stuck in the bubble. Okay. Especially if your station that you're camping is going to be behind, where the neutrals are going to land in the bubble. You definitely want to put your Gnosis on grid before you pop that bubble up. So yeah, neutral spot in the next system. De-cloak your Dictor, warp your Gnosis in, get your drones out, make sure everything's on. Neutral lands on grid. For the gate, your eyes will detect what kind of ship it's in, blah blah blah, all that shit. You want to realize, okay, I can fight this. Bubble up. Get ready for the fight. If he lands, lock him up, kill him. If he pings off, which people can do, they can ping off of like celestials, whatever, and they can get around your bubble. Now what's going to happen if they do that is they're just going to land on gate, or they're going to land on a ping, right? If they land on the ping, you want to get off grid. If they land on gate, you want to get off grid. Okay, you don't want to stay there, because now they have eyes on you. They know what you're in. They see your Dictor burning out of the bubble, and things are just going to go south from there. There's no way that you can make that into a good situation. So just leave. Okay. Also, you want to have a safe spot in system. The reason you want to have a safe spot is because if you kill let's say like for example, you take a fight with a vagabond, right? You kill the vagabond, but his friends are now coming into the system, and they're warping to you. Okay, they're warping directly into that bubble, and they're gonna land on you within 20 seconds, right? 10 seconds, let's say. You want to get the fuck out of there, but you do not want to go to the Fortizar. Reason being is that you have a combat timer. All right, combat timer means you cannot dock up at the Fortizar, you cannot anchor at the Fortizar. So what happens is a lot of people make this mistake, and they get into a fight, and then they're like, "Oh, great, I killed something, or I attacked something." And then they're like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna die." And they like, first thing comes to mind is like, "Oh, structure. I'm gonna warp to the structure because it's safe." The structure is not safe, my friend. The structure is death. You will die. Reason being, like I said, cannot tether, cannot dock, and the neutrals all know this. Okay? As soon as they land on grid, they are looking at the structure on grid, which is the Fortizar, and they're like, "I want to get somebody over there in case he warps there." This is exactly what they're thinking. Okay, if they have a dictor, they're gonna be like, "Get the dictor over there and bubble the structure." Or if they have tackle, they're gonna be like, "Interceptor, go over there and sit on the structure." Yeah, because that's what they fucking do all the time. And when people actually warp to the structure and get caught in my fleets, I fucking yell at them because they're stupid. Okay, you want a deep safe in space, anywhere in space. It doesn't matter as long as it's 200 kilometers away from anything that neutral can warp to. I don't give a shit. Okay, warp to the safe spot, not the structure. Wait till you have no timer, and then get confirmation that the structure is clear of bubbles, then warp to the structure. Or wait for the neutrals to clear out of the system, and then warp to the structure. Okay? That's how you live. And that's how you don't become somebody's kill mail. Alright? How many more tips can I give you guys? Okay, so I basically told you guys how I set up my gate camps. Solo, 3 characters. You can kill pretty much anything solo. And then you just got to be aware of Sinos. I mean, doesn't get much more simple than that. There is no counterplay. There's no knowing how to fly your ship, really. I mean, what do? You fucking press F1? Like, there's no waiting for somebody to get tackle on something, which is the most annoying fucking thing ever. If you go with a fleet, you always got to worry about who's got tackle. Is the neutral tackled? You don't have to worry about Logi because you're burst damage. Okay, you should kill the target before you have to worry about anybody else coming to save him. There's no reinforcements, right? When you go in fucking gang PvP, the second you attack somebody, he's got like fucking 30 guys jumping into the system to go defend him, or they're coming through a wormhole, or there's a fucking Sino lit. Okay, you can avoid all that with this gate camp. And the best part is, it's AFK. Man, the Gnosis is sitting on a fucking deep anchor, which if you're approaching this ping right here, which is the deep anchor, if anybody tries to knock you off that gate, they're going to have a hell of a time. Because every time you stop building momentum after they hit you, your ship is going to immediately start heading back towards that ping. Automatically. You don't have to do this. Okay, so it's going to make it difficult for people to knock you off. And most people won't even try after they realize that you're approaching a deep anchor, okay? Your dictor is in position at all times, and it's cloaked. You don't have to worry about it either. You can be AFK and leave that out. If you do this in a place where there's constant hunters that live nearby and they have pings all over the place and they know that you're doing this, not a good idea to go AFK. But any other time, if it's a relatively safe space, you can AFK this, and it's perfectly safe. And then all you have to do is pay attention to your eyes, the local of your eyes in the next system, and as soon as you see a neutral, you pause the movie, pause the game, pause whatever else you're doing, get on that Gnosis, warp the Gnosis to the ping, get on that dictor, de-cloak it, get ready to put that bubble up, keep an eye on your eyes. Neutral fucking comes into the next system, or lands on the gate in the next system. You see what he's in, You realize, I can kill it. Hey, you put the bubble up, and then you wait for him to land on the gnosis, and you burn your dictor out of the bubble so it doesn't die. If for whatever reason you get caught and there's a fleet and whatever, the dictor is burning out of the bubble, and you have your drones out on the gnosis. The neutral lands in the bubble on top of the gnosis. You should have F1 through F4 pre-selected, like this. You can have it pre-selected. I'm not touching anything. Okay. And as soon as the neutral lands, you want to just spam click at the very bottom of your overview. The neutral always pops up at the very bottom of your overview. And as soon as you lock him, everything will automatically open fire because you have it pre-selected. Right? All you have to do is hit the buttons F1 through F4 once. So this is without it selected. And as soon as you hit it once, they should blink. Once they blink, you know that they're pre-selected. So as soon as you lock something, let's see, like I'm just gonna lock this. Boom. Okay, they're opening fire. Everything's on it. Right? And there you go. It's done. Alright, now I got a combat timer, which is unfortunate, but whatever, I don't give a shit. But that's how you do it. Okay, super simple. It doesn't take a fucking genius to do it. You just need 3 counts. They should all be Omega, and yeah. Voila. You have easy kills for the rest of your life. You're welcome. Alright, now I'm gonna go do some other shit that I enjoy. I actually enjoy. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, have a good night. And if you see me in system, please stop by my bubble. I'm very friendly. BBT out.
When the lights go down and the sun comes up, break my bones and I still stand tough. I am a warrior, I am a warrior, I am a warrior. Let's go. Looking in the mirror, the warrior, a champion, keep your story, bruh. Friends on my team rolling with me, I'ma ride this beat like a 10-speed. With me, now you wanna fall back? Heartless punch, what you call that? Saw that coming in and say I called that. It's all bad, baby, don't bar that. Sacrifice, I pay the price, and the thought alone keeps me up all night. I want the life, I'll learn my stripes. Heart of a beast, I'll keep up the fight. When the lights go down and the sun comes up, break my bones and I still stand up. I am a warrior, I am a warrior, I am a warrior. It's love and hate, cause I love the pain, but still hate myself, and I play the game. I am a warrior, I am a warrior, I am a warrior. Looking at the game, it's cloudy. What's wrong with me? Don't doubt it. Sound like everybody got their hands open. When I'm down and out, they peace out it. Walking tall, no cast a brace, never built to fall till the casket clanks. They makes me crazy like a basket case. Go on and ball, exaggerate, lie about it, you need it. Stoke my flames, just feed it. Beast on your hate, I eat it. Scarlet and gray, I bleed it. On the road, I'm a rolling stone. Car full of girls, beats keep it going. Your chick, she calls, you wanna slow me down. No time for that, tell them hold the phone and I'm gone. When the lights go down and the sun comes up, break my bones and I still stand up. I am a warrior, I am a warrior, I am a warrior. It's love and hate, cause I love the pain, but still hate myself, and I play the game. I am a warrior, I am a warrior, I am a warrior, I am a warrior. I've seen way too much in my days, learned way too much in these games. Finger pointing's a cop-out, they ain't built to last, they drop out. Taking shots, then popping me, say you better let Poppy see. Keep it 2 cents, Trump talk is cheap, staying on the top, baby, no defeat. Sacrifice, I pay the price, and the thought alone keeps me up all night. I want the life, I'll learn my stripes. Heart of a beast, I'll keep up the fight.